Hello, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry I haven't gotten on here till now, folks. That cough has really been, making me feel bad today. So I laid down and took a nap and took me some of my cough syrup that my doctor prescribed me because that cough has been kind of keeping me awake at night lately. And it's helping me. I'm glad that I decided to take it. My husband was going to get some more Robitussin today to take for it, but I just told him to just forget about it. I'd go ahead and start taking that my doctor prescribed me in the refrigerator. I've had that for a while now, because the doctor that I used to go to had prescribed me that, and I didn't take all of it. But I'm planning on taking it, and then I'm going to get my new doctor to prescribe some more. Hi, folks. Thank you guys for viewing my channel. It makes me feel good to see that you guys are viewing my channel and that you're enjoying it. And that some of you are curious about the videos that I made about the narcissism. But, yeah. I thought I saw one of my banties go over the rail. That's why I hesitated, folks. But anyway, the thing that I wanted to talk about today that's the most important to watch out for with narcissism is they will move quickly in the relationship. And the reasoning behind that is, folks, is some of them, they are probably afraid that their mask would slip, before you married them or got tied up into the abuse pattern. So they move quickly, wanting you to get tied up with them into marriage or living with them or whatever, folks, because they know in their hearts what their motive is behind all this, and they want you to they want to be able to get you tied up into the emotional abuse and the physical abuse as soon as they get you in where they can tie you into the relationship, because they know that they're planning on not letting you out. Once you get in there, they're going to get dangerous to you, and tell you that if you leave, they will probably do something dangerous to you, like maybe take your life or whatever, which has happened to me, folks. I had a few of them to tell me that they were going to kill me if I done this, that, or the other, And that's just narcissist's way of trying to keep power and control. And that's what it's all about, folks. It's a control mechanism. And they're really good at that. They score a contest on that, folks. But that's what it's all about, and that's the number one sign of the narcissist. We're just going to talk about that for today. And, because some of the red flags, folks, I have forgotten what all they are. And if you guys can tell me, I'd appreciate it. Because I've been out of narcissism for a while, and a lot of times, when you get healed, such as what I am, I'm completely healed from all my narcissism, but I try to talk to you all and get you all to realize how they are too. But I'm sure that some of you that's been in narcissism and have gotten out of it and that's working on yourself or whatever, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if I think of any more in between this time and before we end this video, we'll talk some more about it. But they also they get jealous of everybody. They're jealous of your friends and family. They try to tell you what to do. They tell you what to wear and when you can wear it. And let's see, I'm trying to think of all the stuff they do. But me personally, folks, I got out of it and didn't look back with all the relationships I've been in. I've been in with about 4 or 5 narcissists, and they all were had different levels of narcissism, but they were all dangerous, folks. So maybe they were all the same kind of narcissist, and I didn't know exactly what kind. But I just knew that they were narcissists, folks. But, you know, I knew how Crystal Rogers must have felt there at the end before she disappeared. Because I was with a narcissist that had bought a shovel and was going to bury me in the front yard. And he literally told me that, folks. And yes, I was very scared at that time because I just had a feeling that if I stayed in that relationship much longer, that he was probably going to carry suit with what he had planned. And the reason I tell you this, folks, I'm telling you some of the traits that they have so you can see how dangerous they are. Some of them will act like they really and truly love you till they get you tied in. And it's very hard to spot them until it's too late. But yeah, it's just a very dangerous thing to live with a narcissist, folks, because they're not going to do anything to try to make your life better, like a healthy relationship, folks. A healthy relationship, they're not going to sit there and tell you that you can't have anything to do with your friends or your family uh, or anybody else because they get highly jealous. They want all the attention. They're even probably jealous of their own children, folks. Because children take our attention away too once you have the child and you have to take care of it. But my first husband got abusive after our oldest boy was born. And I think what saved me when we first got married is I was pregnant with my oldest boy, and he didn't want to do anything to me that would put our son in danger. But then once our oldest boy was born, that's when the mask slipped and he got dangerous. But I keep trying to talk to you all about this because they're all just about the same, folks. If you listen to other narcissism videos out here, you'll notice how much that someone else is telling your story. Because they're just about all alike, all except for the malignant narcissist and the psychopath. Those two are higher on the abusive spectrum, and they are highly dangerous. And if you get with these people, folks, they're bad news, and you want to try to get away from them as secretly as you can. Sometimes you might even have to leave the state and change your identity or whatever you have to do, folks, to escape these people. Because once you get tied into a relationship with them, they're highly dangerous. And I suspect that that's probably what that guy was that bought the shovel that was in my life. He was either a malignant narcissist or a psychopath. And I never knew which one, but he was highly dangerous, folks. I mean, for instance, the reason that I say that is I could be outside just, working in my garden or just out there sitting outside because I love sitting outside. And if I was gone from the house for a while, he would get curious as to where I was. And he would come out there and check on me, thinking that maybe I might sneak and leave, because I had a track record of sneaking and leaving anyway. And I think that's what he was afraid of, so he kept an eye on me. Because I left that guy more than once, and he talked me into coming back by telling me that, he would go to counseling and he would change and do better if I came back. So I believed him, folks. Even though I knew he was highly dangerous, I still believed him. And my first husband just made threats about if I left him, he'd kill me. Or if he saw me with anybody else, he'd kill me because he was highly jealous too. They are highly, highly jealous, folks. They don't want you to pay attention to nobody or nothing with them. But yeah, I like to tell you all these stories so you don't get tied up into domestic violence. And if you are into it, folks, and you're scared to leave, I mean really, really scared to leave, and you feel like that you can't do it on your own, and you're afraid that he might catch you if you leave or whatever, the best thing to do is get on the domestic hotline and call them or call the police, folks. And the police will even come there and get you out of that abusive pattern. Because some of them get so dangerous at times that you may have to get the police involved and have them escort you out of there, or escort the narcissist out of there, or however it goes, depending on the situation, folks. But yeah, the way I did it, I didn't have to do that because once again, I snuck out. And the time that I snuck out, I decided that was the last time, folks. I decided that I was going to go ahead and get away from it regardless. And I found a good opportunity by waiting until he did something that was going to take him a while before he could come back home. And where we lived at, it was like in the country, and the guy that had uh, the garage where he was going to work on the truck lived about probably 10 miles out the road. So I just gathered up what was necessary when I knew he left the place and was completely gone. I didn't take no clothes or nothing like that. I just took my Social Security card, birth certificate, and what I could carry with my hands, and I left, folks. And I never looked back. I never talked to him on the phone, never texted him. Because if you get on there and you talk to a narcissist on the phone or text them or anything, folks, they're going to be like a broken record. They're going to beg you to come back and tell you that they're going to change. And that's one of their big lines when they say that. And they can't change. They're not going to change. Most likely a narcissist will be that way till they pass away, folks. Because they were some of them were maids, and the psychopath was born that way. The malignant narcissist was probably made to be the way that they were because they may have suffered some violence in their family when they were young kids. But you can't feel sorry for them, folks, because that's what makes your life dangerous. You want to try to get out of that as best as you can. But anyway, I want to get on here and say hello to y'all. Hope you're having a nice evening. Thanks for viewing my YouTube channel. And thank you if you have subscribed to my channel. And hopefully you will keep subscribing to it if you find something that you like. And you have a nice evening and a blessed evening too. Thank you. Bye bye.